There is so much information available today, it can be difficult to find exactly what you need. We've all done an internet search where the results were overwhelming. Thankfully, a few simple search operators turn out to be really helpful. The most basic ones are and, or. And combines two terms. So for example, if you type the formula Trump and China into a search engine, it will give you results always containing both words. The operator OR allows you to search for several things at the same time. For instance, if you type in Trump and Venezuela or China, it will give you results containing Trump and Venezuela, or Trump and China, or Trump and both countries together. Let's go through a few of the other operators that we find useful for our work. First, the symbols. You can use quotation marks to search for a group of words linked together. For example, a full sentence. There's the minus sign. It tells the search engine to omit something on purpose. For example, Melania Trump minus Donald will only give you results for Melania Trump that do not contain any mention of Donald Trump. There is also the asterisk, or the wildcard. It tells the search engine that there is unknown text that it should search for. So for example, Saint * Street Boston tells the search engine that it should search for streets named Saint something in Boston. Site : This searches a particular website and is often better than using the search function of the website itself. So, site : afp.com croissant would tell a search engine to search the afp.com website for mentions of the word croissant. Be careful, there can be no space between the colon and the URL of the website. Another useful comment is file type : which is used to look for specific types of files. So for example, if you combine site : afp.com with file type : PDF, your search engine will go through the afp.com website and look only for PDF files. And this works with most of the common extensions: file type : PDF, file type : XLS, file type : JPEG, etc. There is a galaxy of other search operators. We've put together a list of the ones we tend to use the most, which you can find here. Another useful feature is searching within a specific time period. You can request results from the past hour, the past week, the past month, or between dates of your choice. After you enter your search, simply click on Tools, Anytime, and then Custom Range. Now let's test what you've learned. Let's take a look. For the first problem, finding confidential PDF files on the CIA website, you should have entered this into a search engine: site:CIA.gov file type: PDF confidential. And you should have results similar to this. Now let's move on to advanced searches on social media platforms. One of the most powerful tools at the moment to organize, search, and monitor Twitter is TweetDeck. The platform allows you to create columns with various criteria. For example, you can create a column where you display a list of accounts, or a column that displays tweets from a specific user, or a column with trending topics. You can also create columns by search terms. To do this, click on the search icon on the dashboard to the top left. Type in your search term and press Return. Let's use Notre Dame as an example. A column appears showing tweets about Notre Dame. Just like before, the results can be overwhelming, and you need to refine your search. To do this, click on the symbol in the upper right-hand corner. This gives you a drop-down menu, which includes several categories. If you click on Tweet Content, you can access several options. If you click on Showing, you can choose whether you want to see all tweets or only those with videos or photos and so on. The From and To allow you to define your time period by date and hour up to the minute. The time is set to the time zone of your computer, so if you're looking for events that happen in a different time zone, you need to adjust accordingly. The Written In row gives you a choice of languages. You can also choose whether to see retweets or not. You can also limit your search to a specific account, verified user, or members of a list. There is an engagement tab where you can narrow your search to tweets that have received a certain number of likes, retweets, or replies. Finally, you can also try and use the location tab for tweets that have been geotagged. But be aware that this will not show all tweets from a particular place. There's also another way to search for tweets by location. Let's start by getting the coordinates we want. Find a place on Google Maps. Let's reuse Notre Dame in Paris. Right-click on the red marker that comes up and click on What's Here. You'll get a pop-up window on the bottom of the screen. The two sets of numbers or the coordinates. Enter them into your Twitter search bar preceded by geocode : Make sure to delete the space between the two sets of numbers. You will also have to specify a certain radius by adding a comma and a distance in kilometers or miles. So in our example, we enter Notre Dame, space, geocode : the coordinates, comma, 1 kilometer. We will get tweets containing Notre Dame that have been published within a kilometer of the cathedral in Paris. You can also conduct advanced searches on your regular Twitter homepage. To do so, enter a search term in the upper right-hand corner of your page. Once you click Return, a drop-down window appears, with Advanced Search on the bottom. Once you click on that, you get a drop-down window where you can fill in the fields like search words, accounts, engagement, and dates. Now let's do a test. Let's see if you can find the first tweet containing an image of the Notre Dame fire in 2019. Let's do it step by step. First, look up the Notre Dame fire on the internet to get the date and the time. This was a huge event with an incredible number of social media posts, so we need to narrow it down as much as possible. We find that the fire broke out on April 15, 2019. We then go to TweetDeck and type Notre Dame into the search window to get a new column. We then put in the date from April 15, 2019 to April 15, 2019, narrowing it down to that single day. We still get hundreds of posts. We need to hone it down further. The fire started just before 6:20 p.m. We are conducting this search in the same time zone, so let's select in TweetDeck from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. You should adjust the time according to the difference between Paris and your time zone on April 15, 2019. The results are automatically displayed with the most recent on top, so we have to scroll down to see the oldest one. The first tweet that seems to talk about something going on at Notre Dame is this one, from 6:41 p.m. It says, "Alert info, evacuations at this very moment from Notre Dame in Paris." But it doesn't mention a fire and it doesn't have any visuals. So let's keep looking. The next one follows 2 minutes later, at 6:43. Evacuations on the way at Notre Dame of Paris, but still no talk of fire and no visuals. The first tweet that gives a hint of a fire comes up at 6:55 p.m. Notre Dame, #incendie, fire in French. And it has a photo that shows smoke around the Notre Dame spire. And almost immediately there is a barrage of other tweets with photos of smoke surrounding the landmark. Now let's talk about Instagram. This platform, which is one of the most popular in the world, has fewer functions than Twitter in terms of searches. You can conduct queries by hashtag or location. Type in a word into the search bar. Let's use Bangkok. You get a drop-down list of possibilities. Among these, there is a hashtag and the location itself, which is identified with a pictogram. Let's click on it. You can scroll down to most recent to see the latest Instagram posts uploaded from Bangkok, Thailand. Beware, Instagram allows users to set their location manually, which can mean that someone is pretending to be publishing from that place. Now you try. Find the latest Instagram post tagged from Moscow, Russia. First, you need to enter Moscow in the search bar and press Enter. Then scroll through the results until you see Most Recent to find the latest Instagram posts tagged from the Russian capital. Searching on the internet and social media platforms requires practice. Remember, there is so much information available on the internet, it is easy to get lost. Knowing how to search what you're looking for will save you time and get you what you need. So practice as much as you can.